interview is that phase of your entire exam preparation which can be really exciting, but at times it can give you anxiety or stress, and it is like a make or break for your career. So in this video I'm going to discuss how can you dominate RBI Grade B interview, or what are the areas you need to focus upon while you are preparing for RBI Grade B interview. First is why to take interview prep seriously. Now, I know 90% of the people will take interview prep seriously, but then there are other 10% जिनको शायद ये लगता है कि interview is all about personality test हो जाएगा 10 ही 15 मिनट का है. But I want to make it clear here that the weightage is really high, 75 marks. And if the range of marks you see that were given last year, the lowest was 4 and the highest was 73. So, can you imagine this range? One person is getting 73, another person is getting only 4 marks. This is very risky. You will never see such a range in any of the phase 2 papers. So जिनको उनको नहीं लेना है वो 2-3-4 मार्क्स ही देंगे, और जो नहीं लेना है वो कोई बायसनेस नहीं होगी. It all depends upon your performance. So do take this very seriously, and I am not going to, or I am not trying to make you nervous or frighten you कि इंटरव्यू में आपके भी 4 नंबर आएंगे. नहीं, अगर आप प्रिपेयर करेंगे there is no doubt कि आप अच्छा ही करेंगे. Maybe not 73, but you will be able to score 40, 45, 50, which is a good score. Another thing before I tell you the steps to prepare for interview, the first thing is that believe in yourself. You have to inculcate that belief that you are going to be an RBI Grade B officer this year. बहुत सारे लोगों को डाउट होता है, सर मैं तो सिविल इंजीनियर हूँ, मैं तो BSc हूँ, मैं तो BCA किया है, आर्किटेक्ट किया है. They will not take me. They will give me less marks in an interview. That is not the case. यहाँ पे last year का data है. People from various domains, arts, commerce, MBA, BSc, BCA, architect, hotel management, engineers, everybody has cleared this exam. It all depends upon कि आपका क्या performance है. Then there is other breed, I would say, जिनको gap year से बहुत डर लगता है. अरे ठीक है यार, gap years है तो हैं. पिछले साल भी बहुत सारे लोग gap years के साथ निकले थे. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. You should be able to justify it, that how you invested and not wasted your time in the past 2, 3, 4 years, whatever is your gap years. There is a difference between investing time and wasting time. अगर आपने कहीं टाइम इन्वेस्ट किया है, मे बी यू आर नॉट एबल टू गेट द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट्स, आपका सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ यूपीएससी में या कहीं और जो आप करना चाहते थे नहीं हुआ, बट इफ यू हैव जेन्युइनली इन्वेस्टेड दैट टाइम, यू कैन ऑलवेज जस्टिफाई दैट. सो वो बिलीफ लाना है, मेरा क्या एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड है, मेरे कितने गैप ईयर्स हैं, मेरी क्या एज है, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अ हर्डल फॉर यू. अब आपको क्या क्या करना है. सबसे पहले वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट बायोडेटा फॉर्म, देन अबाउट आरबीआई, देन स्टैटिक नॉलेज और करंट अफेयर्स में क्या क्या पढ़ना है. If I talk about biodata form, this is one of the most important area, because this is the area where you are giving information to the interviewer about you. It's a gateway for the interviewer to know about you. So obviously they will start asking question based upon your biodata. And how bad it will look that if they are asking you something from your biodata and you are not able to answer that even. So biodata को बहुत अच्छे से भरना है, सोच समझ के भरना है, and be ready for any question related to your biodata. आपको बहुत thoroughly imaginate करना पड़ेगा कि क्या क्या questions मेरे से पूछ सकते हैं. It can be related to your family background. For example, one of my student whose father was a businessman, they asked him that how GST has impacted your father's business. Then from your educational background, right? So say you are working in, you had an IT degree, information technology or computer. They can ask you how IT or computers can make the system more secure. Something like that. Some random questions will come. So you be ready for that. Then on your work experience, especially if you work in a banking or a financial institution, they are going to ask you a lot on your work experience, that is for sure. If your work experience is in information technology sector or some other sector, I'm pretty sure it is not going to be a very huge discussion, but still they will ask you that how your work experience can help us in RBI, something on those lines. Then they can ask you about hobbies, though in the biodata form there is no direct column for hobbies, but there is one column where you have to give some extra information if you would like to. So some people mention about their hobbies. So be careful about mentioning your hobbies, because hobbies is not just no casual approach to something. If your hobby is to read novels, then you should be very clear about no what kind of novels you are reading, what makes you interested in doing that, what you are gaining out of that. So that has to be pretty straightforward, pretty clear in your mind, that why are you doing it and what is the benefit you are getting out of that and what are you learning out of that. Then there can be questions on outliers. Outliers means कुछ अलग सा अगर उनको दिखेगा, अगर आपके गैप ईयर्स हैं एजुकेशन में या जॉब में, अगर आपने बहुत सारी जॉब्स स्विच की हैं, या इफ़ यू हैव लो परसेंटेज ऑफ मार्क्स, से इन 10th and 12th you have very good marks but in graduation you have low marks, then that's an outlier. They might ask a question on that, but again there is no need to worry, give an honest answer whatever be the reason. अगर आप भटक गए थे उसकी वजह से आपके मार्क्स लो आए हैं, you can always tell that, right? And try to frame at least 100 questions from your biodata. Give that biodata to any of your friend, to any of your colleague, to any of your relatives, and no, ask them to ask as many questions from that biodata. That is the best exercise. After that, how do you read about RBI? The best source is RBI website. On that there is a tab called About Us. Go through that, the functions of this organization, the structure, the departments, the offices, and there is a very important document here, RBI functions and working. Go through this document. It's a pretty lengthy PDF, but you would have learned most of these functions while you were preparing for phase 2. Just go through these once to have an idea what is there on the website with respect to RBI functions and working. This can be really useful. Then static knowledge, they might ask you some static concepts, but they will not ask you directly. Maybe in course of some discussion, if you are discussing about say risk, they can ask about NPAs, or if you are discussing about inflation, they can ask something on the monetary policy. So kuch static knowledge hai, I think, which can be useful. Risk management, because NPAs are always in news. Then monetary policy, especially now since inflation is in news. Then RBI is giving a lot of thirst on fintech, payment and settlement system. This you should be knowing. Financial inclusion has always been an area of focus for Reserve Bank of India. Inflation again. Then corporate governance in banks. There has been you can see lots of ups and downs in many banks. So you should be clear now about the corporate governance norms, rules, challenges, reforms. Then Indian economy and reforms, liberalization of Indian economy, what are the challenges, what are the reforms that have taken place, what is the way forward, that you should all be knowing about Indian economy and reforms related to it. So ये कुछ basic chapters हैं from which there is a probability that they might ask you some static concept in course of discussion, but इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि बाकी chapters नहीं करने हैं. राइट बाकी चैप्टर्स जैसे कि आपके बॉन्ड्स हैं, डेरिवेटिव्स हैं, दे माइट आस्क यू एनीथिंग फ्रॉम दैट आल्सो इफ अ डिस्कशन गोज ऑन दोज लाइंस. करंट अफेयर्स में आरबीआई नोटिफिकेशंस, मेनली द रेगुलेशंस आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बट अगेन डू नॉट गो इनटू टू मच फैक्ट्स नाउ. यू हैव टू बी एनालिटिकल नाउ, दैट इफ पर्टिकुलर रेगुलेशन इज मेड, व्हाट इज द रीजन फॉर दैट, व्हाट प्रॉब्लम इट विल सॉल्व, what could have been done better. Now if that is being criticized in media, what could have been done better? So maybe you can think on those lines. Similarly, read these reports: RBI annual report, FSR report, MPR monetary policy report, economic survey, budget reports and trends in the banking system in India. First four are reports by RBI, economic survey and budget are the reports by Ministry of Finance. Again, when you read these reports, try to be analytical. If RBI annual report says liquidity has eased, what has made that liquidity eased? What is the impact of that liquidity easing? Right? What will be the performance of economy with that liquidity easing? So you have to be analytical rather than factual in understanding the things which are written in these reports. Right? So there is a difference between how you prepared these things for phase 2 and for interview. And do read newspapers. Live Mint and Economic Times are the best. Read editorials. The two hot topics these days are inflation and depreciation of rupee. So be sure that you are pretty much aware of that what is the issue, what are the steps being taken, what can be done better. All these things you should be clear about. Then how do you gain edge? Everybody would be preparing like this. How do you gain edge? तो वो एक secret है, मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा. We have a special interview course that I would give you a peep into, which can help you gain that edge for your interview. Uh, we are also running an interview guidance program जिसमें we will arrange a mock interview with the retired senior officers of RBI, NABARD and SEBI. They are very experienced. And the questions they ask, people have told me that similar kind of questions have been asked to them in the interview also. And they will give you 1:1 guidance. After every mock interview, they will give you detailed feedback. They will handle your concerns, objections, everything. Then 1:1 mentorship is there, where if you want to talk to founders of EduTap, me or Deepak or any faculty, you're most welcome. In case you have any doubt, we will help you out. Then we have a special interview preparation course, right? I just want to give you a peep into that. So this is a interview preparation course, interview guidance program course which we have made for you, which have a lot of detailed videos as in how to approach for the interview. तो इसके बारे में एक अलग वीडियो मैं बनाऊंगा, so that obviously will come in some time, right? But इसमें मोटा मोटा बता देता हूँ क्या है, how to fill DAF, what are the common mistakes you make in DAF, what are the list of probable questions that they can ask you in the interview. We have make a list of around 150 questions. Then we are also guiding you on interview mannerism and self-conduct, how to dress yourself, how to say no, how to sit, how to do eye movement, how to use your body language. Everything is being told here. Then guidance for psychometric assessment is also being made available. So this is a full-fledged interview guidance program. And as I told you, this is a special interview course for which I would be taking a separate session, as in what we are covering in that. This course is accessible only to the people who are preparing for interview after clearing phase 2. So if you want access to this interview guidance program and interview preparation course that I just showed you, all you need to do is to fill the form. The link for this form is given in the description of this video. Once you fill the form, you will get a video. You will get an email from our site, which will give you all the details of mock interviews, mentorship, and this interview preparation course will be added to your account. Okay, so hurry up, fill this form and get access to our exclusive interview guidance program, not only mock interviews, but overall interview preparation course, which is going to be, I would say, the best of the lot, and which can guide you, which can help you in all the aspects which you might be worrying about. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.